Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for today's Leadership Minute. I'm Christina Sanford, leadership coach, speaker, and founder of Living Waters Leadership Institute. Today's words for the day are don't compromise. Don't compromise. I was on the phone with a colleague last week, and she was giving me some feedback on some of my posts and also just some other business stuff that we were talking about, and she discouraged me from sharing or even mentioning my faith in any of my presentations or my Facebook posts or anywhere that was connected with my business. And we disagreed on that piece, and I'm here to share with you why I disagree with detaching yourself or pieces of yourself from the person that you're bringing to the table in your business. And so I want to encourage everyone, to leaders specifically, when you're leading, bring your whole self to the table. And why do I say that? When you're called to do a work, when you're called to impact change, when you're called to influence others in very powerful ways, it's important that as you are called, that you recognize that you're not called, by pieces of yourself or fragmented portions of yourself. Your whole being is called to do that work. And, we have to bring our whole selves to the table if we're going to impact meaningful, powerful, and long-lasting change. One example of how I bring my whole self to the table, aside from me mentioning or talking about my faith in some of my posts or on my blog, is when I speak. Whenever I'm asked to speak or do a speaking engagement, whether it be a keynote, a plenary, a workshop, or even just a lunch and learn or something small, before I even begin to present the knowledge or the information that I was brought there to present, I always present a monologue. Not only does that draw the audience in, but it also allows me to share with the audience who I am. In high school, in college, and after college, I've always been very much interested in and involved in theater. I love theater, and I enjoy being on the stage, and I enjoy the energy that happens and the magic that happens on stage between the actors and the audience. And so I bring that into my practice as a speaker and as a coach. So even when I'm coaching groups, corporate groups or small business groups, there's always an element of role play, acting, vignettes. There's always something in there that involves my own love, and that is love for the theater and the expressive arts. And so that's one way that I bring my whole self to the table. So don't be afraid to show up in your entirety, because it was in your entirety that you were called to that which you're called to in this life. And so don't fragment yourself, don't compromise, and don't let anyone tell you that it's not beneficial for you to show up with your whole self there at the table. That's the word for the day. Don't compromise. I hope you guys will take this with you and remember that no one else can dictate who you are, and no one else can define who you are but you. So make sure that you're bringing your whole self to the table. Thank you for joining me today on the Leadership Minute. I'll see you guys next week. Have a purposeful day.